Welcome to Still City News. A local historical society is expanding the use of a restored, more than a century-old Westmoreland County one-room schoolhouse to allow it to be rented out for events such as weddings, showers, parties, and even business events and fundraisers. The Harrold Schoolhouse Event Center will hold a grand opening with live entertainment, hors d'oeuvres by Cafe Barista, and specialty beverages this Sunday at the Schoolhouse in Hempfield from 4 o'clock p.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. Ticket information is in the link below and space is limited. We spoke with Tom Harrold to learn more.
Schoolhouse was built in 1881 by Benjamin Eisman. This is the fourth Harrold School in Hempfield Township out of 5. It ran from 1881 until about 1927 or 28. At that time, then, they closed it, and it became the shop for Harrold Junior High School. And it remained the shop until 1957 or 58. When we came in here, the walls were all machine room green. The place was a mess. The little-known fact about one-room schoolhouses are that they were 2 miles apart, so that the walking distance was only 1 mile for each child in any one direction. The brick that are on the outside were fired here on site, and it was one contractor who did all the work. Put in the foundations, put in all the woodwork, did all the brick, put the roof on, did the entire thing. Our records indicate that the school desk came into the Greensburg Freight Center at Ludwig, and it cost $275 to have those brought in, and they were also included the teacher's desk. The restoration of the schoolhouse started in about 1995 when we took over from Hempfield Township. Up until that point, from 57 until 95, it was part of the maintenance building system, and they used to house desks inside of this room. And the reason I know that is that I was the guy who came in and got the desk and sanded them by hand, and that was in '64. So this job took us from 1995 until 2003 to do the restoration work. All the floor joists were reversed and put back in place and replaced where we needed to, like up on the teachers area. That was all done by the Central Westmoreland Votech students back in those days. We also installed a furnace and put in electricity so that it would work in modern times. The restoration took us about $63,000 to do, and we're very proud to say we have no debt whatsoever on that. That was all funded by individuals in the county and taken care of by the membership here. So it didn't cost us a lot of money to do the things that we needed to do. History of what we had when we had here or got here was these windows over on this side were intact, but some were missing, and the other side had all the window frames were gone, so they have been completely restored. Fortunately, we had a couple panes left, window panes, on that side and on this side about 50%. So when you're in here, you can see the wavy glass from the 1880s style of making glass here. The two doors that we have were also reinstalled and made different because they did not have oak doors on there, and we just did that for more aesthetic values of anything else. We decided to hold this event to make the public aware that it was open for weddings, any kind of showers, birthday parties, or meetings for people so that they could hold seminars or events of any kind here. It is to let the public know that, and it's also our fundraiser to kick off what we have to do. We have a few things that we have to take care of, and we thought, well, this is about the best way for us to start doing that by getting some funds together to be able to do the things we need to do without having to dip into the purse for it. It sat from 2003 until 2009 when the township came in and started using it for their third grade classes here. So every year for 10 years now, we have been holding classes here to do that. So that's part of that. The other one is, it is really a museum. So those events can be held inside of a living museum. We have a lot of the books from that particular era that people can look through and get a feel of what it was like in the 1880s to go to school. Much different than it is today.